Good morning, family and friends. Welcome back to my channel. This is Cynthia from Cynthia's Crafts and More. If you're new here, welcome. It's an honor to have you. I am doing better. I'm still contagious. I have about 3 days left of my antibiotics, and they said probably about 48 hours after the antibiotics are done, I shouldn't be contagious anymore. So be looking forward to that. Be looking forward to be able to spend time with my puppies. I've missed being able to cuddle with them and everything and spend time with my family. Today I'm going to be doing some readings from Deuteronomy. I'm going to be starting with chapter 17. And I'm reading from the YouVersion, the Bible app. It's mybible.com, I believe is the web link. Or you can get it on your phone. It's called YouVersion. Excuse me. Deuteronomy chapter 17. You shall not sacrifice to the Lord your God an ox or a lamb in which is a blemish, any defect whatever, for that is an abomination to the Lord your God. If there is found among you within any of your towns that the Lord your God has given you a man or woman who does excuse me. One thing I've noticed since I've been sick, my voice is not very strong. And for as much as water as I drink, you would think that my throat would be moist. Excuse me just one moment while I get some more water. Okay. If there's found among you within any of your towns that the Lord your God has given you a man or woman who does what is evil in the sight of the Lord your God, in transgression his covenant, and has gone and served others and worshiped them, or the sun, or the moon, or any of the hosts of heaven, which I have forbidden. And it is told you, and you hear of it, then you shall inquire diligently, and if it is true and certain that such an abomination has been done in Israel, then you shall bring out to your gates that man or woman who has done the evil thing, and you shall stone that man or woman to death with stones. On the evidence of 2 witnesses or of 3 witnesses, the one who is to die shall be put to death. A person shall not be put to death on the evidence of 1 witness. The hand of the witness shall be first against him to put him to death, and afterward the hand of all the people. So you shall purge the evil from your midst. Legal decisions by priests and judges. If any case arises requiring decision between one man of homicide and another, one kind of legal and another, or one kind of assault and another, any case within your towns that is too difficult for you, then you shall arise and go up to the place that the Lord your God will choose. And you shall come to the Levitical priest of the judge who is in the office in those days, and you shall consult them, and they shall declare you to you the decision. Then you shall do according to what they declare to you from that place that the Lord will choose. And you shall be careful to do according to all that they direct you, according to the instructions that they give you, and according to the decision which they pronounce you, you shall do. You shall not turn aside from the verdict that they declare to you, either to the right hand or to the left. The man who acts presumptuously by not obeying the priest who stands to minister there before the Lord your God, or the judge, that man shall die. So you shall purge the evil from Israel, and all the people shall hear and fear, and not act presumptuously again. Laws concerning Israel's kings. When you come to the land that the Lord your God has given you, and you possess it and dwell in it, and then say, I will set a king over me. Like all the nations that are around me, you may indeed set a king over you, whom the Lord your God will choose, one from among your brothers. You shall set as your king over you. You may not put a foreigner over you who is not your brother. Only he must not acquire many horses for himself, or cause the people to return to Egypt in order to acquire many horses. Since the Lord has said to you, you shall never return that way again, and he shall not acquire many wives for himself, lest his heart turn away. Nor shall he acquire for himself excessive silver and gold. And when he sits on the throne of his kingdom, he shall write for himself in a book a copy of this law, approved by the Levitical priest. And it shall be with him, and he shall read in it all the days of his life, that he may learn to fear the Lord his God by keeping his words of his law and these statutes, and doing them, that his heart may not be lifted up above his brothers, and that he may not turn aside from the commandment, either to the right hand or to the left, so that he may continue long in his kingdom, and he and his children in Israel. And this concludes Deuteronomy chapter 17. Deuteronomy chapter 18. Portion of the Levites. The Levitical priests, the whole tribe of Levi, shall have no portion or inheritance with Israel. They shall eat the Lord's offerings by fire in his portion. They shall have no inheritance among their countrymen. The Lord is their inheritance, as he promised. Now this shall be the priest's due from the people, from those who offer a sacrifice, either an ox or a sheep, of which they shall give to the priest the shoulder and the 2 cheeks of the stomach. You shall give him the first fruits of your grain, your new wine, and your oil, and the first shearing of your sheep. For the Lord your God has chosen him and his sons from all your tribes to stand and serve in the name of the Lord forever. Now, if a Levite comes from any of your towns throughout Israel, where he resides, and comes wherever he desires to the place which the Lord chooses, then he shall serve the name of the Lord his God, like all his fellow Levites who stand there before the Lord. They shall eat equal portions, except what they receive from the sale of their father's estates. Spiritualism forbidden. When you enter the land of which the Lord your God gives you, you shall not learn to imitate the detestable things of those nations. Those shall not be found among you. Anyone who makes his son or his daughter pass through the fire, one who uses divination, one who practices witchcraft, or one who interprets omens, or a sorcerer, or one who casts a spell, or medium, or spiritualist, or one who calls up the dead. For whoever does these things is detestable to the Lord, and because of these detestable things, the Lord your God will drive them out before you. You should be blameless before the Lord your God, for those nations which you shall dispossess. Listen to those who practice witchcraft and to the diviners. But as for you, the Lord your God has not allowed you to do so. The Lord your God will raise up for the prophet like me from among you. From your countrymen you shall listen to him. This is according to all that you asked the Lord your God in Horeb on the day of the assembly, saying, Let me not hear again the voice of the Lord my God. Let me not see this great fire any more, or I will die. The Lord said to me, They have spoken well. I will raise up a prophet from among their countrymen like you, and I will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak to them all that I command him. It shall become that whoever will not listen to my words, which he shall speak in my name, I myself will require it of him. But the prophet who speaks a word presumptuously in my name, which I have not commanded him to speak, or which he speaks in the name of the other gods, that prophet shall die. You may hear in your heart, how will he know the word which the Lord has not spoken? When a prophet speaks in the name of the Lord, if the thing does not come about or come true, that is a thing which the Lord has not spoken. The prophet has spoken it presumptuously. You shall not be afraid of him. And this concludes Deuteronomy chapter 18. Deuteronomy chapter 19. Cities of refuge. When the Lord your God cuts off the nations, those whose land the Lord your God gives you, and you disposes them and settle in their cities and their houses, you shall set aside 3 cities for yourself in the midst of your land, which the Lord your God gives you to possess. You shall prepare the roads for yourself and divide into 3 parts the territory of your land, which the Lord your God will give you as a possession, so that any manslayer may flee there. Now this is the case of the manslayer who may flee there and live when he kills his friend unintentionally, not hating him previously, as when a man goes into the forest and his friend to cut wood, and his hand swings the axe to cut down the tree, and the iron head splits off the handle and strikes his friend so that he dies. He may flee to one of these cities and live. Otherwise, the avenger of blood might pursue the manslayer in the heat of his anger and overtake him, because the way is long, and take his life, though he was not deserving of death, since he had not hated him previously. Therefore I command you, saying, you shall set aside 3 cities for yourself. If the Lord your God enlarges your territory, just as he swore to your fathers, and gives you all the land which he promised to give your fathers, if you carefully observe this commandment which I command you today, to love the Lord your God and to walk in his ways always, then you shall add 3 more cities for yourself, besides these 3, so innocent blood will not be shed in the midst of your land, which the Lord your God gives you as inheritance, and blood guiltless be on you. But if there is a man who hates his neighbor and lies in wait for him and rises up against him and strikes him so that he dies, and he flees to one of these cities, then the elders of the city shall send and take him from there and deliver him into the hand of the avenger of blood, that he may die. You shall not pity him, but you shall purge the blood of the innocent from Israel, that it may go well with you. Laws of landmark and testimony. You should not move your neighbor's boundary mark, which the ancestors have set in your inheritance, which you will inherit in the land that the Lord your God gives you to possess. A single witness shall not rise up against a man on any account of any iniquity or any sin which he has committed. On the evidence of 2 or 3 witnesses, a matter shall be confirmed. If a malicious witness rises up against a man to accuse him of wrongdoing, then both the men who have the dispute shall stand before the Lord, before the priests and the judges who will be in the office in those days. The judges shall investigate thoroughly, and if the witness is a false witness, and he has accused his brother falsely, then you shall do to him just as he had intended to do his brother. Thus you shall purge the evil from among you. The rest will hear and be afraid, and will never again do such an evil thing among you. Thus you shall show pity, life for life, eye for eye, and tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot. And this concludes the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 19. I hope you've enjoyed these readings and that you will come back next time for some more. Excuse me. Don't forget to click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and click that solid notification bell so you get notified every time I post a new video. And give me a thumbs up showing you like this video, and leave a comment below because I love to hear from you. Remember that Jesus loves you, and so do I. I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful, and blessed day. And let's pray for peace and love. Until next time, God bless. Love you guys.